Moons over my hammy. Do you know who she is? A badass fucking bitch. She makes me great fucking videos. Clip that shit about
Ocean Behave says your student, fifth purple Kool-Aid drinker, is 10 away from 500. So purple Kool-Aid drinker. He's actually at 550. So Ocean Behave, I don't appreciate the lies.
Moons over my hammy.
Well, I'm in it for Justice Pajano.
Is Ocean Moons live? Oh my god, what a great name.
I've never seen you in real life. Either one of you. You guys are both lovely, by the way.
Oops. How's that? Is that better?
Hi, Moons. All caps. All caps.
And Ocean Beach.
Ocean Behave in the chat and Moons, they did a collab and they were on a StreamYard talking about content. It was so surreal. I paused it in the middle and I was just like, I can't believe what I'm watching. To see people who are in the chat actually do it, I love it.
My amazing first internet girlfriend with Moons. Moons has been one of the biggest of my supporters and Jeff. She's like a top tier supporter.
Moons over for Hammy. Moons is awesome. She is starting her own live soon with Oceans, and I'm very excited.
Look for Ocean. Thank you, Ocean.
Did he block Moons on purpose? Of course he did.
You want the phrase that you didn't retweet Jen Altman on purpose, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's a fair point.
So much is on the line with the First Amendment. It affects all of us.
And my goodness, she's a treasure and a gem.
I'm going to take these off. Can't see. To me, you look purple.
Pat Ford, he's so funny. No, he's not. He's not funny.
Come on, Moon. Who is this? Hi, Jill. Good. How are you?
I just wanted Moons on there because I can assure you, any of my mods ban someone like her, they wouldn't just be banned from my chat, they would be banned from my entire existence forever.
And I'm so excited for her and Ocean and to see Ocean's face. I never knew who Ocean was, so she's beautiful. Yay, Ocean Moons live.
Hi, Jill.
I wanted to say meow, 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 meow. Good morning, Ben Rosa. Can you talk?
Hello. Welcome. I'm so sorry we are late. We are
Hello.
always late.
Testing 1, 2,
And we
3.
had to push it back. I can hear you. How does our audio sound? Welcome to Ocean Moons Live. I'm Moons.
I'm Ocean. I think. We're on the wrong side. I can't do this. Sorry. You got to stop. Aren't we on the wrong side?
Are we?
I know.
No.
Okay.
You're right.
All right.
Dr. Ocean is right behind or right below you. So is Aaron in the chat? Not yet, I don't believe, but Aaron. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Yeah, I think I figured out the issue that we were running into.
Oh.
So, anyways.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean for you to go to all this.
Oh, now I switched us.
Yeah, I know. Do I have the candles? I have my candles. Desktop.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude.
There we go. Okay.
I've got candles.
Pretty
and
Cookie. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Nini, Belinda, Brittany. Thank you guys so much for being here. Good morning, Ben Rosa. It's so good to see your name in the chat. I hope your new job is going well. Let's see. Brittany's here. Hello, Brittany. Bob, hello. Yes. Let's see. Let me click on this. Hello, Deborah. Jess did move Bunny After Dark to tomorrow. So sorry, you're stuck with us.
Moons.
But what that did is what that did is it let us go a little bit later. You know, we were planning on going what 5, well, 6.
I don't know. It's changed a lot.
Something like that. Yes.
So have our topics.
Yeah. So I don't know. She said something about she wants to spend some time with family. So yeah. She'll probably be ready to go tomorrow. Good to
Well-
see you, Taco. Paranoia. Hello. Scott. There's Aaron. I just showed your beautiful graphic behind us. Thank you for your creation. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, we love it.
I am going to apologize. I don't know how long I'm going to last. Whether I'm going to be pleasant.
She's not.
Whether I'm going to talk or I might take a nap. I don't know.
Well, if you do,
I'm
I'm in control. You don't. I'm just going to do what I want. Okay.
You are. Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
I told you I trust you. I'm going to follow your lead.
Nope. She has censored me.
Oh goodness.
So I don't know how many people were here last night. I forgot who had this question, but
I know how many people were here last night.
Okay, tell us how many people were here last night.
I think at our highest we had about like 140, 160 here on YouTube.
I don't know how many of the people in the chat right here were here last night, but
right. I see what you're saying. I just wanted to brag.
I know. I thought you said we had like 1,000 views. What?
We did. Yeah. So on average, we had like 105, 109 people at one time. And then when we ended the live, we had over 1,000 views, which is the first time that's ever happened. I'm going to go on mute.
Because we're babies. Well, while she's muted, I don't know if Nicole is here, but she seemed to have a question. I don't know if her question came before or after she watched the live from last night, because she was what's it called? Late to the party viewer? No, I don't know. What's it called? After party. When you come in and watch it when it's already played. I mean, when it's already live. But anyway, I don't know if anybody had any questions about last night and or had any topics that they wanted us to spontaneously address at some point tonight. So if you feel
like, how are you feeling? Are you feeling still confused? Was it too much information? Is there anything still not clear? Replay crew. Yeah, Aaron, that's what I was thinking
Why
of.
can I
think.
never rewind, replay, after party. I like after party, the after party crew. And speaking of which, you can also put names in the chat of a name that you think the chat would like to be called as a group, if you think of that.
Oh,
something
like
we haven't addressed. Yeah, like the bunnies, like turtles, like
did you guys hear Jess say, like, we're no longer the bunnies, or like that's her forecast is like we're no longer going to be the bunnies? Did you guys hear that? Like,
I think we need to replay that. Do we have that clip
from this morning?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, because a lot of people
I honestly never
commented on
finished
that.
it.
Well, I could pull it up if you wanted, but a lot of people were wondering what that meant. I think she was talking long term, that she's looking to do something that's more scheduled, that's more less spontaneous in the morning, less of her driving around. Of course, we think that's the charming part of it all, but things evolve and change. And she has a good sense always of what to do and what direction to go in. And I don't think she meant like it was happening anytime soon. Although she did talk about the fall and some changes in the fall. Mm-hmm. I think.
Well, I've always said, hold on just a second. I have always said that I believe she is in a league of her own. I don't really feel like she needs to be pigeonholed in this sort of Karen Reed, Turtle Boy. You know, I think she's very talented, and she could go in whatever direction she wants, you know, and continue to grow. She's obviously proven that. So, yeah, I mean, I think whatever her vision is, I have no doubt, you know, we will follow and encourage her. So Amy says, go ahead.
Nope. I said it first.
Amy
Go ahead.
says, I think she wants another side to Bunny. Interesting.
Perhaps. I don't know. But I like this comment. I think it has to do with last night. Maybe not. Or no, it's about maybe it's about Jess. I think she wants another. Oh, that is her. Wait, that wasn't the comment that was up there. Did you change it?
No.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I remember this too. I'll always remember you brought, and she's talking to Amy, you brought food in Jess's studio during an unapproachable moment and stole the show. Yeah. I will never forget that as well. And if you guys don't know, Amy has her own show, and she is amazing. She is a great, what do they call it? Public speaker. She can just tell stories and, you know, share information. She's so easy to watch, and she's funny. I can totally see how her and Jess get along just watching her channel. Amy, are you going live tomorrow? You usually go live on Fridays, I think.
We did. We're
We don't
guilty.
even remember what the time was.
Exactly. You might have missed one change in between too.
And we had like how many different streams scheduled that we had to delete and start over?
It was a lot.
Emily D. Baker, she calls streaming dynamic. And now I know exactly what she means.
Mm-hmm.
It's always changing. Unfortunately, it's always changing. But I mean, at the same time, like we really do choose not to, you know, overlap with Jess, Aiden, some of the, you know, larger channels. So yeah, Coco, she posted on Twitter that she's not going live tonight. She's going to move Bunny After Dark to tomorrow. So yeah, I think she's spending time with her family. Yes, I love EDB too. I think she was the first one I started to watch when I started to watch Karen Reed. So yeah. All right, Ocean, what do you have planned for us?
Before that, I wanted to ask, do you want to bring up something from 24 on 24? The topic that you wanted to discuss, and then if anybody else thinks of something that stood out for them during 24 on 24 that we can talk about.
The video clip that I showed
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
Is that what you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah. I figure while we're in
let's
this
see.
world.
Give me a minute.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Dead space.
I don't hear it.
Dead air. There's nothing.
I'm sorry. I thought you were
Dead
playing.
air. No, not yet.
You're
I
not
can't
playing
get
it?
it to.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there's dead air. I've had some technical difficulties if you haven't been able to tell. But hopefully they'll be all worked out. Put in the chat if you listen to 24 on 24, what topic was of most interest to you? Just curious, because she went through a whole lot of different things. Oh yes, please hit the like and subscribe.
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, we can talk about that. We are, I believe, about 50% of the way, at least, to monetization. So we need like 26 subs to hit 500, and then we need, 526 to hit the 1,000. So yeah, that's exciting. We are so grateful to everybody that's been, watching on replay and here, engaging in chat, doing all the things. We see it in the analytics, and thank you.
Speaking of, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
You're gonna
speaking
say.
of subscribers, I think that Ray from Dallas is
fucking pay the mortgage, and I think it sucks.
Sorry.
And I think
that's okay.
It
Just
like
play it.
auto plays when you put it up there.
I think he's 40 short of 4,000, and we have links to his videos in last night's on his site in last night's description part of the video, and we'll add that again tonight. But he's really a terrific speaker and somebody who's passionate about whatever topic he's covering. Today he was covering a live boxing event, the news conference for it, and he lives in Dallas, right? Obviously, and he is very involved in the boxing world, and that's where I think his interview skills come in, Moons, because he was asking questions today.
Yeah, I heard. I was lurking a little bit in that.
Yeah. So if you're into boxing sports, or even if you're not, because most of the time he's covering other things like trials, popular trials, or things in our world. So it's always a good topic.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on there.
We are definitely wishing the best to Jeff. I'm not sure what's going on, but I did hear that part of this morning's show. And I kind of wonder if maybe that's kind of why she didn't want to do the show tonight. Who knows? But I hope, I hope he feels better. That's kind of scary. And I imagine she needs a little bit of a rest and relaxation, reset. It's got to be emotionally charging.
Yeah.
Must have been very scary. When she said that like his hand kind of curled up a little bit, that just really scared me. I think of like mini stroke.
Yeah.
But she said that it wasn't that, it was something else. So
right.
Still super scary for sure.
There were a lot of people offering their thoughts and opinions about like what medically it might be, and I'm sure
I bet
he should go to a doctor and get a diagnosis. But as she said, that will be a while probably because he's a guy.
Well, and she said that wasn't the first time, right?
Well, she said there was one other time. It seemed like a long time ago. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm no doctor, but I think of like, I don't know, is that like a blood pressure thing or an oxygen thing? Like, I don't know. Hi, Ray. It's good to see you. If I appear like I'm, 50% or less, or I'm not talking as loud, I have a very severe earache. And Ocean was yelling at me that I need to go to the doctor and get antibiotics So anyways, I'm still dealing with it. It's very painful. I have one earbud in so that I don't like bother the other one, but it's just very painful to like talk loud. And I think it's painful to laugh. So yeah,
Right. So
not fun.
as we said, she might be taking a nap at some point.
Yeah.
So Ray, you can come whenever you want. You don't have to clock in with us. You're the star when you get here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
We're not, and we don't take attendance.
No, we're just happy to see you, all of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Jess
Hi,
made a
Mary
comment today.
Sorry.
And it stood moons. And so I thought, since it stood out to her, and Jaxby, I can't see what I put up there now. It stood out to her, so that means it must be important to talk about. Let's hear it.
Yeah, and she's actually said this multiple times. She has said this before in the past, and I have always thought that this would be a really good conversation to have. So yeah, I'm just gonna play it.
That it is a real big fucking, it's a problem for this society in this country that we've lost the stay-at-home parent and the stay-at-home mother. And I think that the stay-at-home mother could fix everything. I really do. I think the stay-at-home mother could fix everything. Pay the bills, pay the mortgage. And I think it sucks. And I think that it is a real big fucking, it's a problem for this society in this country that we've lost the stay-at-home parent and the stay-at-home mother. And I think that the stay-at-home mother could fix everything.
I guess that was it. Was that it?
It was short.
I felt like she kept going, but
I don't think so.
anyways, that was the gist of it though.
Mhm.
Were you in the chat this morning?
Me? No,
Yeah.
I was not.
I don't know if anybody here was in the chat. I'm just curious if anyone, for lack of a better term, if anyone in the chat felt offended by her comment, and gave their opinion.
I don't know. I would think most people who work, and not about women's rights or anything, but if you work and have kids, you wish you were a stay-at-home mom. I think most of the time. I know people can be very career-oriented. But
Yep.
it's my opinion. I would think that a lot of people think it would be a great idea. So what's your view
Yeah.
on it?
So obviously I'm a working mom.
Mhm.
I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I have always had a career since before my children. When I had my first child, I definitely thought about staying home. However, my husband was in college at the time, and it didn't make sense for me to stay home at all. I've always been the breadwinner, and so it just, didn't make sense. At times, it has made better sense for him to stay home and, do daycare like twice a week or whatever our schedule was at the time. And we did do that. There was a period of time that he would stay home, and but I've pretty much always worked. When I was ready to go back to work, like they give you 6 weeks or whatever, I went through a period of, being emotional about
Oh yeah.
being in the situation I was in, which
Mhm.
was you're breadwinner, you don't have a choice.
Right.
Of course, I wanted to be the one to take care of my child during the day, and I just didn't
Mhm.
have that choice. So, I think you go through all the scenarios of, how does your lifestyle change if you, leave one parent at home and one parent to work? And then how does that choice affect you in 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20? And then how does that affect the entire life of the child? So yeah, it's a very personal decision I think everyone has to go through. I just don't feel like, I was in a position where I had a choice. I mean, you always have a choice, right? But I think for the betterment of our household, we chose for me to work. And I'll say this, like, I'm probably not a good example because I've always worked from home. So I've always been home while my kids were young. And I've always had help, whether it be grandma or their dad or a nanny. I've always had someone here with me helping with the children while I work. So I think that in itself is like a really good, like, I considered myself very fortunate to be able to have that sort of arrangement, because it wasn't like I was leaving, driving 45 minutes away in traffic and working 8 hours or 8.5 and then coming home. It was very different. So, yeah. However, all that said, I can very passionately agree with Jess. And it has nothing to do with politics or, what are those terms like the nuclear family? It has nothing to do with gender roles. It has everything to do with there's so much wrong in this country. There's so much wrong in the world. And I think a lot of the time it starts at home. It starts with parents. It starts with what we're teaching our children. And unfortunately, if you're not home with your kids during the day, especially in those early years, like I've totally dug into this scientifically. There was a period of time where I went through college pretty late in life. And so I studied psychology pretty heavily and children's development. And there was a period of time where I would, dig into all of this as far as like science. And the first 7 years of a child's life is like the most important. That is really the foundation for their tiny brains. And those are the years where, we are very likely to put them in daycare before they go to school. And then once they go to school, it's like, then we're set free, right?
I don't know.
But
about
anyways,
felt set free
we're
when they
set
went
free
to school.
from the giant daycare bill. Because you send them to public school. In my case, I wasn't fortunate to send them to private.
Are they still in private school?
They're still in public. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said they were in private. Sorry.
No.
So I had a similar tale as yours, and as the one that I had up here before, that whose husband was in college and he stayed home, because that was our scenario as well. And also because I was making more money, a lot more money than he stayed home. I have to say, he excelled with infants, and so that was great. And I mean, he was good all the way around with the kids. It is, it's obviously hard to juggle everything when you're working full time and you have a career. And if you're like in charge of other people and you always have to be on, I think there's different kinds of jobs too. But I will say that I think that people who work full time and parent full time can do just as good a job as moms who aren't there or parents who aren't at home with them. And I would base that on my years as a teacher and a school administrator, because you would have people who stayed home all day and you wish they hadn't. You wish the kids had been somewhere else. And that happened a lot. So it's how engaging you're going to be with the child, and how yeah, I think it's more than just whether or not you're working. It's kind of your whole mindset and your understanding of what you should be doing with a child.
Yeah. So, Jess's comment, I think, was specific to stay-at-home mom. And, I think, of course, a woman is a little bit better in the sense of like emotions, maybe, a little bit of nurture, versus a man. That's just the stereotype, right? It may have some scientific truth to it. But, at the same time, I feel like any parent who is home with the child, is beneficial. So, yeah, I saw a comment here, 100%. It starts at home. It really does. And, the argument again is like, well, what if you don't have a stable home, or, what if, the child is not safe at home? Again, that's up to the parent, right? It's always up to us to make the best decisions for our kids. So that's really unfortunate for kids to be in that situation. I hope that's not the case for, a lot of people, but unfortunately it is. So sometimes, there's been stories of, like some kids are safer at school. I get that. Or they don't have food at home, so they eat at school.
Yeah, but I think she's talking also before school age kids. I mean, because school age, they're going whether you're staying at home or not. I think, I really do think that most families would, of course, prefer that, but economically, it's really, really hard. And I think it's going to get even harder because, our economy is, for people that have a lot of money, the economy is just great. But if not, then, I think prices are just, they keep going up. Gas, food, all of those things. So that all impacts who can stay at home and who can't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I mean, just a family like mine, of course, we chose to have 4. But even, a family with just 2 children that are involved in sports and extracurriculars and tutoring and, whatever you want to pour into your children, it's hard. It's hard for parents to, be able to afford all of these things, but at the same time, to be able to like manage a household, it's hard. It requires a lot of teamwork. And of course, that would be easier if one person didn't have to worry about a full-time job or a career. But, unfortunately, that's not always possible. So,
well, hi there. I had to just disappear for a second and get.
That's fine.
I was texting that my mouse wasn't working at all, and I was afraid instead of adding someone to the screen, I was deleting a comment, and I just had this delivered and set up. I don't know how it happened. Yeah. But yay. So
Shane to the rescue. Thank you.
I don't even know where this mouse came from.
Yay.
Yay.
Now where's your monitor?
Okay. That's my fault, not his. So
Noodle says, I've tried to work, but I get fired from every single job because of having sick kids.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother topic. I mean, it's so hard to do with all the different things that come up. People that, kids have off all kinds of different days that your work probably doesn't, and finding care. Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah,
that's very hard. I've known some women to like go work for daycare specifically, schools, so that they can take their children with them. Yeah, and they have like a special arrangement where they can, I guess, get a discount or they get free daycare. I'm not sure which, but they have an arrangement where they can work, bring the child, and that's all great and all, but then you deal with the illness. There's so much illness, especially in those first couple of years when they're being
Right.
exposed to all these germs, these new germs. And then I just remember every single one of my kids, as soon as they were introduced to public preschool or whatever it was, there was, I think I want to say like a 9-month period where we were constantly battling cold symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And it only got worse after COVID, So
What was that
thankfully
like?
we are
How
over
old were
that
your
now.
kids during COVID?
Oh gosh, I think they were little, like 3, 3, and 1.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Which seems almost better than school age because that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, you had one daughter, obviously, who was doing that from home, right? Classes.
Yep. She did virtual school, and then the next year they got their like laptops or whatever. They got virtual laptops to use. So
Well, that's good.
yeah,
That's
that was
good.
interesting.
So before we talk about the next thing, I couldn't get my mouse to work before, so I have to just get the stuff, which will take me a second. So
Okay, that's fine.
carry on for a minute. Okay.
I'll just I'll read the chat.
Okay.
Or I'll treat the chat like Jess does. What drama do I need to know?
Oh, good.
What is
one.
going on X?
I love that.
You guys, I was like,
She was very out of it today, and she didn't want to hear anything.
well, and it started last night after the live. Like, I was in so much pain. She's like, you were perfect. You were fine on the live. What happened? I said, well, I took Tylenol right before we went live and I was fine. It didn't bother me, but at night, right before bed, oh my God, it was so bad. And so this morning when I woke up, I was like, there is no way I can live life today. I'm going to stay in bed. I didn't even want to think about going to the doctor. It was so painful. So anyways, I probably need to go tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Be bad. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, it's an earache. I don't know. You think the worst. Like, is there a bug in my ear? Like, I never
Oh my
get
God.
earache.
What? Okay. I feel that calls for watching the Jess Machado bug video.
Well,
I
like,
really
you know
do.
how kids get earaches, like when they have like nasal drainage or whatever. Like, I mean, I have allergies, but I never get an earache.
I don't know.
So this is so
I said
weird.
it's an ear infection. Listen to the doctor, even though I'm not a medical doctor.
Ocean asked me this today.
What?
Maybe.
What did I
Can you
ask
do
you?
telehealth? Can you
Yes.
do telehealth? I don't know. I need to look into it. So, yeah.
Well, I think I can start right now, but I might need to
Oh.
come back. Let me go over here.
Whenever you're ready.
And so, first of all, let me see if I can pull this up. Let's see if this works. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This. All right, I've forgotten how to pull stuff up. Oh, do you want to take that one down in case it's the Jess one? Share screen. Is Pretty Kooky still here?
Cryford is currently on Spaces with Jake. I was listening to that right before we went live.
Is that a
It was
punishment?
hard. It was hard.
If
It
anyone's
was
bad, we have to go and watch it.
I had to turn it off. It's
I don't
unfortunate.
understand what's happening, but not my job. That may be our first merch because I can't say it enough since we've started this. Does everyone
What's
know where
that?
I'll show you in a second.
It's not my job.
Not my job came from the jury foreman when asked, well, who do you think did it? A heating pad.
Yep.
Who else said a heating pad, ma'am?
I know. Yep. Ocean told me to get a heating pad. I'm like, what is that going to do?
She is very cantankerous. So Pretty Kooky, who is maybe still in our chat, I saw this poll today that she did, and I just loved it so much. So you'll have to do it in real time on X. But she said, choose your social malfunction of the hour. So I'm going to pretend these are 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can write yours in the chat. Oversharing to fill silence, going mute when spoken to, laughing at the wrong moment, misreading tone like it's a sport. So 1, if it's oversharing to fill silence. 2, going mute when spoken to. 3, laughing at the wrong moment. 4, misreading tone like it's a sport. Do you know what you would say, Moons?
I probably am more often an oversharer, but I don't know if it's to fill silence. It's just plain oversharing.
She's an overanalyzer. I can tell you that,
Yes.
folks.
Yes.
I'm living the dream. I say this.
Overthinker.
Yeah, that's not. Oh, that's overthinker. But yet, it's a what's the word? A study in opposites. Because on the other hand, you can immediately stop thinking about something, and dismiss it on purpose because you're done with the topic, and that is a rarity. Because overthinkers, they never stop thinking about it. It's really hard, and so
I kind of wonder if that's because of my brain injury.
Well, were you like that before? And now you're going to have to explain your brain injury. Is that on oversharing?
No, it's not oversharing. I was in a really serious car accident. I guess it's been about 5 years now. 5 to 6. But anyways, I had a brain injury as a result of that. And it was, it was a really hard recovery. I am in a field where I read medical reports. And so, I guess I have a lot of knowledge as far as like medical terminology and medical billing, medical codes, things like that. It's a very sort of technical knowledge, and it was really hard to get back to work and remember all that I knew. So anyways, it took months and months of different kinds of therapy and just all kinds of different modalities to get my brain back to normal. And I remember the therapist telling me, how do you feel after, I think it had been 6 months or something. If you had to put a percentage on your recovery, what number would it be? And I told her 30%. And she said, well, I think you just had a superpower brain, superwoman, superpower, whatever. She was basically telling me that my brain would never get back to what it was. And that wasn't good enough for me. I'm no, everything I know about the brain, what's it called? Neuroplasticity. The brain can change just based on, how you live your life or, substances you do. It can actually change the shape and, function very easily. So anyways, I have always felt like I've never gotten back to normal, but I'm good enough, I guess, is what it is. And so there are times, for example, those stupid verification codes that they send you. So you're trying to sign into, I don't know, Venmo or some crap like that. And you have to get the two-factor authentication.
Authorization. Yeah.
And they text you a 6-digit code. I used to be able to look visually at that code and then type it in. And that meant that my brain was able to like retain those 6 digits. Well, now, while I was recovering, I could tell like I can only do 2 digits at a time. And I knew that was like way off. I knew that was a difference from before the accident to now. And when I say now, I mean like in my recovery. Now, as of today, I can remember those 6 digits, but there are times where I'll try and learn something new. It'll take me a very long time. There are times when I feel like I have learned something new and I will forget something that I learned previously. So I still feel like I'm not 100%. But I think what Ocean is referring to is, I think I retain less. So I basically like prioritize what I'm going to retain. And I think what she's referring to is like when I classify someone as like a, go ahead.
I wasn't referring to that at all, but
what are you
doing number one?
No,
I'm referring
tell
to
me.
last night when you said, when you're done thinking about something, you're done. And I see that. Like I've seen that happen and I'm like, how can we be done? We're not done, but okay, we'll be done for now. But
Yeah.
I really do think that that is something that some people have and some people don't. And I think for the most part, as far as stress and anxiety goes, I would love to have that for a couple of days and see like how it compares to overthinking. I don't know if you saw the comments I put up here. Somebody said they were thinking about elementary school. You know, I have to say being on ADHD meds now, my brain actually stops at night. It's a whole new experience to fall asleep without having a crisis over how does space go on
Yes.
forever. That
That
might
is
be
a
it,
great
maybe.
point. Prior to my ADHD diagnosis, I used to wake up in the middle of the night and think about like whatever I was experiencing in my life. And like, let's say, for example, I had a new job. I would wake up in the middle of the night and my brain would just be going about my new job, like whatever I was learning, the people I worked with, whatever I was going through is what my brain was replaying over and over and over. And now I don't think that happens at all. I think I just sleep. So that's interesting. I hadn't really thought about that until now.
Also, somebody suggested to get Flonase and that there are drops at the drugstore for ear pain that they use.
I do have Flonase.
And the other one was this ear
Yep.
pain relief drops.
I put some of those in today as well.
There you go.
I think my eardrum is blown. Or someone
I
is
don't
talking
think
a lot
so.
of shit about me.
Well, that is happening.
Noodle-
I can tell you that as a fact, although we won't go into it
Somebody's
because that
giving me
topic is
ojo.
done.
Y'all know what ojo is?
No, what is that?
It's like a
I don't know what-
Hispanic thing. It's like oh God, I don't even know how to put
Like
it
a
into
voodoo
English
thing?
words. Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a Jen doll.
Like if somebody is talking about how
cute.
ugly you are or something like that, and they don't touch you, you can get ojo. It's like bad energy. Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah, yeah.
Did you ever hang garlic up in the window?
Isn't that for like
Seriously.
vampires or something?
It's also about spirits and jealousy and stuff like that.
Noodle, if you're still in the chat, I was actually telling Noodle the other day that my left ear was ringing a lot.
It was the
And it's
start
my
of your
left
ear infection.
What does that mean? Why do your ears ring? Is this like a menopausal thing? Oh God, I'm gonna fucking
Oh, we have to get Jess Machado on. She can do a menopausal episode for us.
I don't think I've ever had an earache in my whole entire life, other than
So-
probably as an infant or whatever.
Panda Bear, you haven't missed a damn thing. We're just chit chatting away here. So as I will do a little bit of content right now, so we can, in case people
Go
are
for
interested
it.
in this. If I can find which, okay. So the other day, speaking of Noodle, she came on our show to talk about Officer O'Malley, a Boston police officer who is, I got to take this off. Let me just do a think aloud here. Okay. Hold on, folks. Oh, I don't want to do that. Why is it not letting me throw it out? I don't know. A Boston police officer who I'm sure most of you know was arrested for stopping a carjacker with multiple shots, and it was a fatality. Okay, I have to remove this, and it doesn't want to remove.
Good night, Scott. Thanks for being
Is there any
here.
way you can? I don't know why I can't remove this. I can't add the other thing until I remove the poll.
3 dots in the right corner.
Yeah, I did, and it says edit name or stop screen. I know why. I know why. I did my own think aloud. Never mind.
Okay.
Okie dokie. All righty.
That reminds me, we finally set up our Venmo. So it's scrolling on the bottom of the ticker, and it's got a QR code in the top right. So thank you. If you support us, please know we are super grateful. It's not necessary.
Well, okay. All right. You're not in charge of the script anymore. This is it. This is it. This is it.
But the grift has started.
Yeah.
Officially.
Well, it really started last night, and we didn't even mention it because we were like,
I know.
we got
I
other things
know.
to do. All right. So this is the young man who was the carjacker. And let's hope I can scroll this. Lord, I just don't like these multiple when you have to go back. So I guess I'm going to have to read this from the actual screen. Why has that not been a problem before? I'm not sure. But anyway, his name is Stevenson King. He was fatally shot by a Boston police officer, and his family has called for the release of body camera footage of the March 11th incident. His father is a retired law enforcement officer and said his son experienced mental health issues and his death left him brokenhearted. And there were other family comments. It's a tragedy, obviously. And he said the police officer on the side of that street was the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Transparency is good for all of us. It's good for the family, and it's good for the Boston Police Department. So they were calling for the release of the footage. Now, to the best of my I'm not positive, but I don't think that has been released yet, or has it? Does anybody in the chat know if it has been released? So, okay. One of the reasons why I think this topic is so important is because it happened in Suffolk County, and we're all familiar with Suffolk County. And so there was a press conference on March 19th, and District Attorney Kevin Hayden announced that he was pursued by police because he was a suspect in an unarmed carjacking incident. And he failed to follow commands when he was approached. And so Officer O'Malley fired through the driver's side of the door, striking Mr. King 3 times and killing him as he drove away. The evidence, now this is the District Attorney of Suffolk County, the one, where there's an election coming up. The evidence demonstrates that Officer O'Malley fired at a moving vehicle, an action prohibited in, hold on a second, I just got some alarm thing. It's prohibited under law, and except in limited circumstances not present here. So it was a violation of Massachusetts law and clear Boston Police Department procedure. This is okay, so I'm going to switch the screen so we can listen to this. Oh, he's actually on there. I'm so excited. Wow. And I'm sorry, guys, about the...
Are we supposed to be hearing something?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm not sure what is going on. I'm going to say it's a volume thing on here. Okay, man, you didn't have to have like activities. Well, I don't know what's happening with the...
I will tell Coco and Chloe, thank you so much. This is not the first time we've heard this, so thank you guys for your feedback.
Right. Well, the reason I wanted to play this is because there are things that have happened, and not everybody knows the whole backstory of this. So,
okay.
I can't get the damn thing to play. So anyway, I'm just going to talk about it without the video. Sorry about that. So he pled not guilty, and the charges were, there was supposed to be a hearing today, and there was not a hearing today. And I'm sorry, but I gotta switch this again. So this is the officer. When he had one press conference, I don't know if you saw it or not, but like a lot of Boston police officers came out in his support. And that's not, always what happens when somebody's charged with something like this. But the show of support indicated, there's maybe something going on here. And then when Yannetti got involved, it was another indicator that people were questioning, for Yannetti to get involved to defend a police officer was a signal to people that there was an issue. One of the big issues in this is the body cam footage. So yeah, it's not gonna, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to find the other thing without audio.
Okay, so they had body cams?
They had body cams, yes. And has anybody seen any body cam footage? Was that something that happened? I don't think it did. So
you mean like, has it been released?
Mm-hmm.
No idea. You were supposed to teach all of this to me.
Well, I'm not sure if
You
it
tell
was
me.
released or not.
Oh.
I'm trying a different way to get this. Sorry.
We're fine. I've heard of this. Tendinitis.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's very painful. I don't know what it is, but it's very painful. It's hard to talk loud. It's hard to laugh. It's hard to smile. And it's not just like inside my ear. It's like the whole side of my head. I know y'all don't want to hear me complain.
They do. They want to hear you. Okay. So okay, the footing remains unreleased to the public pending the trial. So what happened was they didn't have the hearing today because they had a grand jury who convened and brought new charges. So they're not going to be in front of this court. They're going in front of a different court. And it happened with basically no notice at all. And again, I apologize for my technical difficulties here. Okay, so he was supposed to have a court hearing today, but the hearing effectively got canceled because the case moved to a higher court yesterday. And he was scheduled for a probable cause hearing in Roxbury Municipal Court on today. But yesterday, a Suffolk County grand jury indicted him on account of voluntary manslaughter. I want to make sure I got that right.
When did the original event happen?
Well, I said it in the other article. I don't exactly remember.
Oh,
I don't feel like it was in March. It wasn't that long ago.
Of this year?
Yeah. Yeah. And so it turns out that the perpetrator had a lot of prior charges.
Okay.
He had a lot of prior charges, but I think I found an article about what's happening currently. So let me see if I can share this screen. Okay, so he is the first. Whoop, or am I not? Are you seeing this?
No.
You can't see this? Okay.
You made to add it to stage. There you go.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. So he is the first Boston officer to be charged in a fatal on-duty shooting in decades. And yesterday, the grand jury indicted him in a case that has bitterly divided law enforcement and public officials. It's the first Boston police officer to be charged in a fatal shooting in, well, it says decades again. And so his arraignment in Superior Court is now scheduled for June 4th. So instead of going to the trial today to determine probable cause, the grand jury just determined it for him and said, we're upping your charge and moving you somewhere else. So in fact, it says body cam footage from both officers established that King was maneuvering and clearly trying to drive away rather than run anyone over. This is what the district attorney said in March. But Yannetti says that it's self-defense and that he was trying to protect the other officer and the passenger in the car. So I guess Yannetti had a press release Wednesday night he painted the dismissal of the district court charge to be arraigned in Superior Court as a tactic by prosecutors to avoid having to share evidence with the defense. So therefore, the body cam footage remains sequestered until after the election, which they're having in the county to replace the district attorney. And he said, whatever tricks the prosecution has in mind, they will not work. We will fully investigate this case and get to the truth, despite the roadblocks they attempt to put in front of us. The prosecutors met with King's family this week to update them on the case, and they showed them body cam footage of the encounter. The district attorney has declined to release any video to the police despite FOIA requests and demands from elected officials. So that's another big issue. The fact that they won't release the body cam footage and they have FOIA requests for it. So I think that we're going to hear a lot of outraged people in the next few days who believe that this was a political move to have the grand jury, which of course is secret and nobody will ever know what happened there. And we know how grand juries work in that county, only the ones we found out about. And so it's pretty alarming that this type of behavior continues in front of the public on the part of the DA's office, and that they're not releasing the body cam footage because they have a FOIA issue with things. I don't know. How do people feel about that? I'm curious.
When is the election?
June. Oh, when is the
November?
election?
Oh,
I don't know.
June?
I don't know when the election is. So the
far away.
suspect had 17 criminal cases, and that's a pretty. The identity of the aggressor has a record of aggression, a clear documented record of aggression. And also the fact that he's the first police officer to be charged in decades. I just find it all very Suffolk County. I don't know.
Yeah. This case gives me George Floyd vibes, and our stupid ass governor honored that man on Memorial Day instead of honor the men and women who fought for our freedom. Wow.
A Noodle Mama, if she wants to, I don't know, Noodle, you want to come up here? Because you know more about this than I do. I was just bumbling through. If you do, we'll send you a link because you know a lot more than I do. But I just found because what happened was I was looking for what happened in court today.
So Mermaid Mary says election is in November. So my comment is that seems June, July, August, September, October. That's like 6 months away. That's a long time to drag this out. I don't know.
They have a hill to die on. What are they going to do? They're going to do everything they can to.
Aren't they obligated to share discovery with the defense?
Yes, but not if now we've changed the circumstances. You know, we go and to a different court, and it kind of starts everything all over again. So that's why they wanted to have this hearing today. So that if you have probable cause, show us the footage. They got it moved to another court and another date. And I mean,
so when you say another court, what do you mean?
Superior court now, because his charges got changed to voluntary manslaughter. I don't know what his original charge was, but this is a much, much lower court than the one he's going to go to on June 4th. Now, you know, something interesting about discovery that I learned recently. A friend of mine has some charges and has an arraignment on June 4th and is totally innocent of these things, but doesn't get a chance, of course, to show anything right on that day. You just put in a pleading. And then you wait like 6 months to get like to the point where you share discovery. It depends on how backed up they are. And that's, I'm told, perfectly normal. Meanwhile, you have to pay a lot of money for an attorney and retain them because you don't get the chance to do anything fast. You know, we're a very slow moving court system. And I have to say, I was surprised at the length of time that it would be, and the lawyer was like, that's just how it is. You don't have to worry about anything. And I thought, except the like $25,000 or whatever. So yeah. And I heard Aiden today making a very high level, in a way I haven't really heard him before. I don't want to say desperate, but really
defeated.
No, really, like I have to have this money. Like I got to have fundraising right now because his hearing is 6 months away, and this lawyer that he got charges by the hour. And that is I mean, not only does he charge by the hour, but then you have his fee for paralegals, for every phone call, for copying things. It's staggering when you think about it. And that's for the civil case. So, and he's looking, I think, it seemed like he was looking for somebody to help him who will not be involved in drama at all. He doesn't want somebody who's going to defend him in a chat. He doesn't want somebody who's interested in topics he doesn't want to have discussed. Did you see that today?
It's funny you were talking about this. Somebody actually reached out to me and said,
Moons, you should apply for this job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought of you.
Like, TV's looking for help, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm thinking like, video editor or some shit like that.
Right.
And so I didn't listen to the full live. I'm behind again. But I did, go to the part where he was talking about.
Can we play that? I know you don't have it ready or anything, but neither did I. Although I did.
Yeah, I can.
I just thought this was really. He just had a big fundraiser, but he's got that case coming up soon, and that's not even his hearing. That's not. I mean, there's so much money involved here in lawyer fees. I do think that he'll be able to, get that money, but I really hadn't heard him sound like this about fundraising before today. I don't know. Maybe it struck me differently. I don't know, but he sounded very.
Well, and the impression I got was, and I don't know if this is purely speculation. The impression I got is that someone is like, so he just announced recently that he signed the contract for, we'll call it Wilbur number 2. And he said, he's not going to release the date or the location. It may not be the Wilbur. Apparently there was like parking issues and other issues. But he didn't want to release any details because, he's just not ready to. He doesn't have a date, blah, 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 blah. The impression I got after listening to him was that maybe somebody figured out where the location is and they've started mass emailing, mass contacting the location. And
that's what he wants somebody to help with too, to be able to have conversations with people on his behalf and sort of plead his case.
Yep.
And I don't know what happens to the good old dollar when you're going to pay for a place.
It's crazy. Jess recently, she had someone reach out to her about doing those ad reads. And that whole time I was telling her in the chat, I'm like, it's time for you to get a PR person. Like, you need to be able to forward these kinds of inquiries to a PR person who's working on your behalf, to give them your media kit, to fight on your behalf for whatever the arrangement is, I don't know, to negotiate, all those things. Like, all the questions she was asking was like, how much, blah, 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 blah.
Well, she seems to have her eye on somebody that she thinks is real skilled in that area. I don't know.
Well, and that's fine. But I've said the exact same thing about Aiden. He needs a handler, he needs a personal assistant, he needs a PR person, he needs all the representation, and they all need to sign an NDA.
Well, I think it's two different things though. With Aiden, I think it's very ADD for him. And he's had
Yeah.
so much shit going on with legal things. It's hard to stop and think, how am I going to do this? The first thing he should have gotten, and I said, if I didn't write this once, I wrote it a million times. A tech person, an IT person, somebody to get in there, sweep his house, sweep his car,
Yeah.
get rid of that computer or have it checked, all of the things. And I have to say, the
Right.
most disappointing thing to me about the hearing that he had with Meredith was, if I was his attorney, I would have had that expert that that did the audit on his equipment. I would have had him up, and I would have had him go through what he found, because
Mhm.
it sounded like everything was understood then. We understood what happened. Instead of letting them get into the weeds, I would have
Right.
presented an expert who could testify to the process that was gone through and what was discovered and the dates and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's just me. So, did you
Yeah,
find
so
it?
it sounds like, well, I mean, I don't really know where to start, but I'll just take a shot in the dark.
Okay. I was
But
gonna
it
say, I-
sounds like he does talk about cancel culture, which, you know,
oh, well, that's good.
hit a nerve with me, like my ears perked up.
Yeah. They became bunny ears. That's how big our ears are right now. But what did you say over there? What did you say? We
So
also
anyways,
have-
it sounds like someone or a large group of people are somehow, sending mass communication to whoever. I wonder, because he does talk about Timcast. I wonder if it's Timcast. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat knows.
I thought Tim. I don't know. But we forgot to look at the votes in the chat. Okay, or I did. I forgot. So 3, 4, 5, all of the above, 1 and 3. Somebody else wanted to know what happened how did you get the injury?
My brain injury.
Yeah.
It was a car accident. It was a rollover. It was not my fault. Somebody pulled out in front of me on a 4-lane highway, I guess. And I rolled over. My car had, I had a garage door opener clipped to my, what is it called? The visor, the thing.
Sun visor. Yeah.
And my head hit the top when I rolled, and my garage door opener slid open my head. So sometimes you'll see this scar on the side of my head. You'll see there's a white line in my hair.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's alarming being you're never the same after you've been in that type of accident, because it's happened to my son twice. And I'm not
That's
going to go into
right.
all of that,
We
but
were talking
it was
about that.
unbelievable. And neither
Yeah,
time is it his fault. Both times his car was totaled, and he ended up with a traumatic brain injury too, which is still,
Yeah.
a struggle.
I did a lot of reading about TBIs is the short abbreviation. And there's a lot of people that they never recover and they have to go on disability. And, obviously there's way worse injuries. Obviously, I didn't need to have any sort of brain surgery. Mine was just, a closed, my skull was still closed. So I just hit, the top of the car when I rolled, but all of the physicians explained to me that your brain is floating in fluid. And so when that happens, your brain can actually hit the side of your skull, and that's what creates the injury. And it can lead to a hemorrhage, or you can just have like sort of like swelling. There's all different, ranges. So, what's crazy is like I didn't even lose consciousness. Like I was awake the entire time. Thankfully, I was alone. I wasn't with my kids,
gosh,
with my family. So yeah. Traumatic. Okay, ready?
I just wanted to. Well, sure, I'm ready. Sorry, whoever that was. I was going to read that comment about not knowing us or not seeing us except on Justice Chat, and that we have great chemistry. And thank you very much. And
yes.
Somebody else asked about Stupid April. Where is Stupid April? I think, I'm not sure. Did she get married? Something like that? I'm not sure. Nothing happened. Nothing happened online that anybody knows about. So
yeah. If it did, they've kept it very hush hush.
Nothing. That's impossible. Are you kidding me?
I want to say Danny said something about it yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Did he?
Like she was back or something? Like she was live? Not on the channel, but I guess maybe somewhere else.
Well, I feel like if anybody would know, it would be Mary B or Danny.
Yeah. Yep.
Where you are, sweetheart. Okay, sorry. And I think I remember that he was in the house when he was talking about this. Am I crazy?
Oh, well, see, then I heard something different than you did.
Okay, then let it play, because I don't know. Maybe he continued on when he was in the house.
Maybe. If this is too vast, let me know.
New audience and talking all about my case and the Kennedy case, and I think they'll really like the First Amendment aspects of this, and like just the government and cops, corrupt cops, like arresting people for speech, journalists, like hello. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I like flying, big fan of flying. I'm going to be, last time I went alone, not going alone this time. It's nice to have share certain aspects of your personal life. Not because you're like because you know what will happen to other people. Like, it's like, okay, I can handle this. I can handle trolls coming at me constantly, but handling it's like other people getting affected. It's like, well, you just can't talk about it, So anyway, yeah. Because so like last night, I have good days and bad days like anyone. So like yesterday on Seth didn't do it because I was not in the right head. So, it wasn't much of a we did get to some stuff later on. But, I just think that like what I'm saying, when people wake up every single day and that their entire existence is geared towards making phone calls and writing emails to people that are designed to hurt you, right? That are designed to like blow up your professional relationships. For instance, like, like I said the other day, Christine Russo, Tom's sister, was, we emailed and she was going to come on yesterday and didn't end up happening. And that's okay because she's busy. She went on with Brian Anton yesterday and Joel Waldman, that fucking loser. She went on with them and, was going to come on after, and it just didn't happen. Now, she could just be busy. As far as I know, she's busy. But I know as a fact that there are people out there, because they post about it, that spend their entire day to contacting like this one guy. He's nuts. He's nuts. He posts every day, like, I'm going to call Christine Russo a million times today and make sure she doesn't go on with him. Like, there are people dedicated to that. And like, we're going to email her and tell her all this, and they do it. And the problem is that if you're somebody like her and you don't know what a turtle boy is, and because you live in Ohio and you're too busy with your own life and your own kids, and, the fact that your brother was murdered by this psychopath, and, you don't know what a turtle boy is. So you're just getting bombarded by emails from these people who are like sending you clips of me saying Team Cancer and other stuff like that. And they're just like, what's this guy all about? Like, that's the basis of my charges. That's my life. It's like people taking clips of things I said out of context and are like the most outrageous shit that I ever said in a 4-hour stream and just sending them to others in order to disrupt professional relationships. So, she could have just been busy. I don't know, as far as I know. But on the other hand, maybe they got to her. And I think the problem I said last night is that we don't have anything to counteract that. I have a huge following and we vastly outnumber them, but they're louder. And I think that the only way to stop, like when you see shit like that, when you see people bragging that they're going to contact her and telling her, we need to, you see that, we cannot let them win. And I don't want to direct people like, they could have, if you send an email to her saying, actually, don't listen to these people. Like, actually, here's what he's actually accomplished. Here's what he thinks about your brother's case. You know, this is a good platform for you. When they're only hearing negative, whatever. So yeah, ghosted, I guess. She could just be busy. You know?
So he's talking about an interview he had scheduled last night, which we all heard he was going to go live and then he didn't.
Mhm.
Is he talking about
Shriller.
Dom's sister?
The Shriller
Or-
case, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
You know, she seemed tired. She's doing nonstop interviews, so I don't blame it, you know? And she's just like, I don't need this in my life. And I would understand that, you know? But it's just unfortunate that these people who I don't know wake up every day and their entire life existence is dedicated towards disrupting professional relationships with me. And we don't have anything to counteract that. You know what I mean? We don't have anyone sending emails. Like the Wilbur got all these emails before I went on last time demanding I be canceled. They still get them all the time. And they never get emails from anyone saying, I had a great time at the Wilbur. That I love Turtle Boy there. You can't, you know what I mean? You have to have him again. Because why would you do that? I mean, that's a weird thing to do. Who takes time out of their day to be like, I had a great time there. You should have him again. You don't think like that. You just assume, well, it'll happen again. You know what I mean? Because it was a great time last time. But you don't understand. These people spend their entire day, every moment of their existence is dedicated towards canceling it. So we got to get better at that. Like, this is the reality of what we're up against is these cancel culture douchebags and if you don't want me to get canceled, I can't. And my big thing is I can't advocate for myself. It just doesn't hit the same way when I'm the one doing it by myself and I'm like emailing them. I'm like, actually, no, here's all the good things I've done and blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't hit the same way. You know, we need others to do that for me. So like when you see these cancel culture people trying to disrupt these relationships saying, I'm going to contact them, you contact them too. And you let them know the truth. You know what I mean? Because it affects all of us. Because you have a right, like you want to see this. You guys wanted to see that interview. And this random loser who dedicates his life to stopping me was effective, I guess. I don't know. Unless he wasn't. Unless it was just he was busy. Who knows? You know? So like you see that and I'd hire a professional, not your fans. Totally. But like what the fans could do, the supporters, if you will, is, you know, you can write an email on your own. And you're right. And that was one thing we went over last night. I need some sort of agent. I mean, this because I don't want to book the show. You know? I don't want to like assure them everything's going to be fine. I don't want to be that person. I just want to be the talent. Like, you know what I mean? Like once you reach a certain level, you don't advocate for yourself. You have somebody else do that for you. And that's what I need. And I don't know where to go for that. I've Googled it. People are like, you should Google it. Oh, I've never fucking thought of that. Thanks for the idea. You know, I don't know, you know, so anyway, I guess I'm making this plea because I'm like, I have a big audience. Maybe somebody out there knows how to help, you know, can help out with that. So anyway, do you need a person that is a professional manager of talent? An agent. It's an agent. That's what that would be. I mean, a PR rep is somebody that gives statements and stuff for you. An agent, somebody who represents you, somebody who gets gigs for you, right? And understands that they get a commission off of that. That's what agents do. You know, like when you are, I'm not a professional athlete, but for instance, professional athletes, right? They don't call up, you know, sports teams and say, hey, you should sign me. Here's my stats. Here's what I'm good at. Here's how many home runs I had last year. Here's how many doubles I had last year, blah, blah, blah. Here's my WAR, like all this shit. They don't do that. Somebody does that. The agent does that for them. And then when the contract gets signed, they get their cut. You know, a realtor. It's like a realtor negotiate, you know, like that's what they do and whatever. So I do need a James Jackson. Yeah, that's what I need, a James Jackson. But you get what I'm saying. And I need someone trustworthy, totally, but a professional. Like I don't want anyone that has any interest in online drama. And that includes drama that supports me. Like if you're into that, I don't need that. And I appreciate like, that's cool if you're into that. But it's a distraction. You know what I mean? Like I just need somebody who just wants to do the job, period. Yeah. And it's not.
Yeah, he needs somebody with an established business that does this for a living, that has experience doing this, you know, that takes ethics very seriously.
Right.
So was this a different part than what you were talking about?
Maybe he said it again, but it's the same content.
Okay.
I mean, people are saying, I hope he does a deep dive on whoever he gets. And I don't know if you saw the IT person cost $10,000. Well, I would have spent an extra $1,000 or $2,000 to have them come in the courtroom. Or I would have done it a long time ago to avoid the whole courtroom scenario, I think. Anyway,
done what?
Had somebody come in and do the analysis that he needed done on his computer about what was happening.
When he first started noticing funny things.
Yeah. He said he put a down payment. Oh, he's very trustworthy. When times you think he won't be, he is. And so part of the thing that I started to say before about why I think it's two different things for him, I feel like he's been the ADD factor, I think, is very prevalent in why he just goes from one thing to the next. And he also got really big and was managing everything. It was really not until the whole, the whole phone, everything that happened with Meredith. And so, yes, I think he does need a handler. A handler is a good word for it. A multi-talented handler who can also do things like get a venue, because that is really by itself not that hard. And this says he said he put down a down payment on a venue and he signed a contract and he was waiting until for the venue to announce. I don't know if that was today or not. Was that after this?
I heard it last week or the week before that he had signed the contract.
I did too, but this was today and it didn't sound like it. I didn't think. Obviously, if he's wanting to hire somebody who can find or have somebody volunteer to take this role on, I don't think that he's confident in. It's kind of disappointing about the theater where he had it the last time, because based on everyone's behavior there, including the paid client, there were no issues. And you think about, you see comedians and, music groups and stuff that hire venues, and I just can't believe they're going through those types of issues, and they're certainly controversial,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, and like I was saying, I think a good professional, whether it be PR or an agent or whatever, I think a good professional would be able to advise him on, if you are high profile and you are controversial, like what are the best steps to navigate these sorts of situations? I mean, like, I would even research, like, who was Charlie Kirk's PR person? Like, he was super controversial. Like, maybe he had a good PR rep.
Right. Or
agent
if you wanted
or whatever.
to go a less risky route, you could check anybody who's famous and controversial, because they're everywhere.
Yeah, true.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. But they would be able to, say, based on my experience, this is what I, tell my clients, this is what I've had good luck with, blah, 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 blah.
Well, a good PR person is just going to do it all. They do it.
Yeah.
And they show up when you're having a crisis, and nobody knows that they've shown up. That's what they do.
And somebody in the chat actually had a good point. Something about, like, stop sharing so much information. And
He's not gonna
while I understand that, it is kind of hard for Aiden, I think. But in this instance, if he's talking about the venue, like, let's say, for example, he is talking about Wilbur number 2. If people are already okay, then like,
to the point where it's so bad that he can't get a place, that he wants to hire someone to advocate for him and work through this bullshit, and then maybe organize people to email like the other side did to stop it.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is, maybe he shouldn't have said anything until they were ready to announce,
Maybe.
But then again, honestly, it's still going to happen though,
Yeah.
They got a head start, so.
Well,
yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's crazy how people will dedicate their lives to taking people down that they don't know. That, just didn't watch them. Can't you look the other way? I don't understand it, really.
Yep.
So,
and that site, that Kiwi Farms, is like a whole organization dedicated to doing just that for multiple people. And then there's a community that gets to hang out together and, like.
I don't know about Kiwi Farms. What?
Have you ever been
I just
there?
want to say.
No?
No. What's Kiwi Farms? What are you talking about? Are you creating a throwing neck set? Don't tempt us with a good time. But you know what? You know who is? Bay Harbor Beauty said, "Oh my God, Nene, I totally should." Okay,
I think that's
Bay
who she was
Harbor.
talking to.
Let's. I don't care. It was our comment now. That's funny because
You
there's
wanna
only
throw
one throw a neck that we know of, and the Bay Harbor part of it just I thought was funny. Back to Kiwi Farms.
Yeah,
Breaking
so
announcements.
I've only been there one time, but to the best of my ability, Kiwi
Is it
Farms
in
is a
California?
website.
Oh,
I don't know.
Never mind. Never mind.
It's a website that's sort of set up like a old school forum. Do you remember like website forums, like a message board type situation?
Back in the olden days, yeah.
Every forum has a name attached to it. So like Aiden probably has his own forum. And then inside Aiden's forum is just, members that just want to ruin his life. And I don't know what they do. Like, do they make plans on this website? I don't know. But they all hang out together in this community. They all have, something in common. I'm sure Jess might even have her own. I don't know. Shit, we might even have our own.
I was gonna just say, give it another week, Moons. Give it another week. So I have to go back and forth between discussions, and Bay Harbor Beauty says, "Yep, I'm making a set that is throwing neck. Ha ha. Is Sparkly Bunny gonna be there? Sparkling Rabbit gonna be over there with you? The throwing neck set." So Nick Rakita, I know.
So Nick Rakita knows about Kiwi Farms. He has his own corner of Kiwi Farms dedicated to just him. And I'm sure it blew up when he was going through his, addiction issues.
Oh, Kiwi Farms went after Nick insanely when he was going through his stuff.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. It's kind of like Jim, but 10x, 100x.
Let's talk about Jim, and can we use the Shrilla code? Japa N Topbook Dopown Hopper X account today. Does everybody know the Shrilla thing that they talk in that like pig Latin thing? So apparently,
I was gonna say bless you.
Perhaps there is an X account. We're minus one X account tonight from what I heard. Because somebody said, I'm done with the bullshit in here. And I have retained an attorney. And if you would like me to help pay for your attorney, leave a comment below. It's a troll farm. That is a short and succinct answer. Thank you, funeral lady.
Yes.
And I'm like, is it in California? What? I'm glad I didn't know about it.
What was it? Over too much. What was it that you were over explaining?
Over explaining. Who? You?
The poll earlier. Kookie's poll.
Oh. I love that Kookie's poll.
Over whatever. Anyways. I got the itchy Julie's nose.
Oh no. Oh, Amy. I spoke Pig Latin in my early ballet days. Right.
Interesting.
So they use this syllable Ika. They split every word when the mother and daughter speak in code. It's Ika, and sometimes it's something added to Ika. I forget what it is in between every syllable. And apparently, JFK's interview subject has spoken this since she was a kid because it's a gypsy carnival language when they don't want people to understand what they're saying. And so that's how, and I heard him explaining this in an interview, like this was normal. You know, when you don't want people to understand what you're saying, they just start speaking in the code. And I thought, it was one bonding experience they had, and the rest of it was, that's okay. You go set up your OnlyFans account when you're 15. Okay. weird. But somebody mentioned, I don't know why I started talking about the one account that seemed to be.
Yeah, Sparkly's balls.
Yeah. Yep. I made it to alive. Well, we're happy that you did, Jello Kitty. I love that. Oh. Sparkly. Sparkly can be the spokeswoman. She doesn't know it yet. Sparkly. I love this. It's an all call. Yeah. So part of, I guess, I don't know. There was some comment in here that made me think about the sparkly balls thing. I guess there was a lot going on. Something has awakened somebody in the past couple of weeks, and there's been a lot of activity. And Turtle Boy is talking about going through that every day. It's it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, and something that I can't even begin to imagine him dealing with that all the time. When you think about it, it's something you don't really think about until you're like, hear him say something about, oh, I know what we didn't hear was the fundraiser part of everything. So we can show that tomorrow, or I can try and look for it. But that was the part that was inside his house. Oh, and somebody did put up a, I think it was 2.12. Somebody put a link, like a timestamp, and I think it was 2.12.
2.12. 2 minutes.
If somebody, the person who dropped that and said everything pertaining to his civil case is at this mark, and I thought it was. I put it up there, and but
2 minutes 27 seconds. I think that's like right when I started it, but let me go back. Oh, he was.
And if you could give us a like.
The crafts are here. My daughter's crafts are here.
Oh yeah, it's right around here. He's in the house.
Oh, that's not what I wanted.
I don't need to be up there.
I'm gonna put them right over here. No, hold on. I gotta put the craft in place. They won't listen to that. Happy Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. Coming at you. May 28th. And I was like, this is actually, it's sad that you remember days based on like shitty things that happened in your dysfunctional relationship. And I'm like, oh yeah, this was the day when she demanded to come to my house and then I get rid of my son. And because she needed to talk to me because she determined sexting with somebody. We needed to talk it through. We needed to make this right. So we had to make it right. So that's what I was doing a year ago today. I was like, don't come, do not come. And then she came in. But anyway.
Nene says, no, that's the court date. She was the one that gave us
this.
227.
Oh, she did 227. I thought it said everything to do with the civil, but I thought this was interesting. Thinking about this being a year ago, it just all seems longer to me. I don't know.
TB needs to pull an old school Sonia Morgan, New York housewife, and get a PR intern.
Yeah, the housewives. We've assigned ourselves that role as of last night. We might have to just start getting that on our thumbnails when things go out.
Sonia would hire like multiple.
Yeah,
I think she would call them like personal assistants or something, but they were just basically like
free labor.
Like they would help her with all avenues of her life. I thought it was very smart. And then she made best friends with them, and I loved her. I haven't watched a season of Housewives in maybe a year or two. But the New York, they like totally did an overhaul. They put new housewives in there.
Right.
What is this in reference to? No idea. Please enlighten us how to do that or understand it. Hi, Bolaschetti. Good to see you.
To do what? I'm confused.
I don't know. I have a brain injury.
Now I'm going to be like, oh, she was laughing at her. She was laughing at her when she said she had a brain injury. Okay.
Who?
I said I can see it being clipped somewhere. I can see it.
Oh, I'm sure. Clip it. Clip it.
Clip
Share
it.
it.
Oh my God.
Share it.
Are you playing any more of Turtle Boy?
No, I can take it down.
No, you don't have to take it down. I didn't know if you were going to. Well, hold on a second. We're just going to stop for a second. I can't add it, and it doesn't matter. What is happening?
You just added it, whatever it was. I did pin Aiden's Gifts and Go in the chat. So if you haven't made a donation, please consider. Obviously, he's feeling it. Whatever he's feeling it.
Right. Oh well, my interns. Did the intern girl come up? I don't think she did. It doesn't matter. So the Aiden part about really feeling the need to get the fundraiser going is at some other point in here that we don't know exactly when it is. But one other thing that happened besides
so was he saying he needs another fundraiser? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. Like he needs money is what he was saying. But I can go back to that in a second. This also happened. It's hard to read, and let's see. How do we make that bigger? These are things I have to learn before I get back on here ever again. If I don't, it was nice knowing you guys.
If you can, I don't know how. I mean, one idea is to decrease the size of the window.
Yeah. All right. That's a lot of work.
So that it focuses on the post.
Yeah. So and did we ever find out what this was? If we find out how to do it, whatever that, no idea. Please enlighten us on how to do that or understand it. We don't know what that's in reference to.
I don't know. Maybe this is it. I've known lots of people that spoke that Pig Latin stuff. When I was a kid, they would do it as a kid, so other people didn't know what they were saying.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a she described it as sort of like carnival talk. Gypsies. Gypsy?
Yeah.
Is that like their language?
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily that language, but it's some form of putting an extra syllable into every syllable. So that's why I said Dapu, Yapu, Happier. Did you hear that the sparkly balls thing had been taken down? And the reason I remembered about that is because Bay Harbor Beauty put up she can be the spokesperson, and I remembered that had happened today. So it's putting like an extra syllable in each syllable. I want you to know how to do it. You can do it pretty fast, but they would do it with the eek syllable. And they would insert it into every syllable. Like, I don't know what I haven't tried it, so I don't know, but it's right up there with her 93,000 text messages that she sent, and none of them indicated that boy that she was with was going to end up. They all pointed, in my opinion, to some tragic ending, some Romeo and Juliet on steroids edition. I mean, that's
So
my
Amy
opinion.
just sent me a link, or she posted it in the chat. The 4 rules of Pig Latin. Rule 1 is words begin with a consonant. Words beginning with a vowel. Oh, so there are words that begin with a vowel. Okay, so when a word begins with a vowel, simply leave the word as is and add the suffix hey.
Or whatever suffix it is that you're using, like eek.
Other variations include yay or even way. Interesting.
Well, we should have a Pig Latin contest.
Rule 3, words containing the letter Y. The way in which the letter Y is handled depends on whether the Y is being used in the word as a consonant or a pseudo vowel. For example, the Y in yolk is a consonant sound, whereas the Y in fly is a vowel. Depending on which of these cases apply, you will revert back to either Rule 1 or Rule 2. Rule 4, compound words. Compound words are best split up before being translated for the simple reason that the word may become obvious if it is not split up. For example, if you said the word Etterboxley, most people, whether they understand Pig Latin or not, would be able to figure out that you are referring to a letterbox. Huh. Yeah, that makes my brain bend in ways that is not possible.
And Eileenie said she was adding a Z into it. She was, but it was more than a Z. It was either EEZZA or it looks like Eza, but it's pronounced Eza, that she was adding, or they added into each syllable. So you got to really be thinking. I mean, I don't know. I feel like she's not a big thinker on the first place. What did he mean when he said he wanted to expose someone so bad? Are we talking about Turtle Boy?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he was mentioning that he was so upset, but it was
Yeah, he
someone
was
in the
upset.
community. And he wanted to expose them. So
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, this was definitely him being, he was definitely upset about the fundraiser that's being, attacked by an organized group of people. Yeah, I saw this. I was going to put that one up. Turtle Boy wants an auction type fundraiser. He wants donations from people to auction off to his followers. It's a great idea, but he needs someone to facilitate it as he's too busy with his case. Yes, but I don't think he wanted just a one-time thing. He said people used to donate really great stuff and he could auction it off, like not necessarily all at the same time. I mean, that is another idea for a fundraiser. But if he does them randomly, like really good things, that is a good way to get money. And so you need somebody to organize solicitations of getting fundraisers, of getting fundraiser items. I would not choose Nikki haircuts.
Scary.
I wish I knew what link. I know how to find out. I could go look at the transcript, but does anybody know when that happened in the Belinda? Do you know where it was
in the live?
It was in,
or what was said, and I can search the transcript.
He was definitely bummed. Hold on.
I mean, the word exposed he might use.
Something must have happened because he was definitely bummed, and he mentioned wanting to out someone for their bullshit, but not wanting to also because of the community. I feel like that's a theme.
Yep.
I feel like I've heard that more than once this week.
It can't be related. Okay, so
how do you know?
How do you know? I don't talk to Turtle Boy.
How do you know we don't know who it is? Really? I didn't hear that part. Wow, that's shocking and actually unbelievable at this point. Fuck. I hope that new lawyer is an asshole. Well, I hope that too, but I don't think it has to do with anybody over there, the known enemy.
Yeah, it's already monetized. Sweet. Laura's way ahead of it. Okay, cool. All right. Anyway, yeah. So what else are we gonna say? Yeah, let's watch Melanie, shall we? So that's that. Again, like I don't want like there's some other shit that I haven't told you guys about that I will tell you about. Like it's really fucked up, like what has happened. And I haven't said anything yet because I'm trying to do this thing where I'm trying not to like blow up professional bridges, but at the same time, it's like, God, I want to expose this person for what they've done, you know? But anyway, let me pull this up.
So is he going to pull up the Melanie Little? Because if so, can we keep going? Because I missed this part and I heard about it.
Melanie Little, okay.
I think she's going off about Nan and her.
So I want to see the drama. I love Melanie is professional. You know what I mean? But so for her to jump into the pettiness is something that really went wrong, you know? Was she a guest? Oh no, that's on the
Gallagher decided to show her face on the Twisted Tragedy stream. Got it. Okay. Okay. Here it is. It's true. It's true. Nan Gallagher decided to show her face on the Twisted Tragedy stream. If you don't know what Twisted Tragedy is, her name is Elise, I think, and she used to work. Did she used to work for Aiden Carney?
No,
and then I think the story is that he fired her, or was that Maxwell Mafia?
That's Computer.
Is he
She
playing?
was a groupie. You guys don't know Twisted Tragedies. That like worshiped me until I called her out. This is her on the day I was arrested.
What's your first and last name?
Lisa Bennett. I have a podcast, Twisted Tragedies.
Okay, and Bennett BENN.
ETT.
Okay, Lisa, what were you just saying? What are your thoughts about this arrest?
I think it's ridiculous. He, is a journalist. He's trying to do his job here, and they're not allowing him to by sticking these witness intimidation charges. I mean, let's get real. 2 judges in the last month have said no to harassment orders. One for Jill Daniels and Jen McCabe, and one for Chris Albert. So, I mean, they've already said it's not harassment to ask questions. He hasn't threatened anybody. He hasn't threatened to harm anybody. He's reporting on the information that's coming in. So let's get real. What they wanted to do is seize his computers, find out who his sources are, and shut the sources up. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not going away. I'm not going to shut up. Twisted Tragedies isn't going away. They're not going to shut up. And there's many other channels that aren't going away and aren't going to shut up. So got a lot to say to Morrissey. Bring it. I'm done. Bring it. There's more than just Turtle Boy.
So she made good points there. And that's what she believed before I called her out for being a grifter. She was just grifting off my story. Like she didn't believe in any of this shit. But anyway, at the end there, when she was like, it was just like, I'm not going away. Twisted Tragedies isn't going away. That's what I'm like, what? You think you have like a brand already and that people like, you think Michael Morrissey gives a fuck about you? Bring it, Morrissey. Morrissey doesn't give a fuck about you. Like, that's what I'm like. Who is this chick? Who does this chick think she is? This is my full-time job. It shouldn't be. You don't make enough money. You should get like a real job. Anyway, back to this.
I'm gonna share this with you. Take this down. Put that up. Oh, please.
Yeah.
She's smoking a pink vape. I guess that's a vape. I really don't know what that is.
Melanie was pissed.
Yeah, the judge was not even on that chart at all. 9mm and lipstick became a member. Welcome. Johnny, he's been here for 20 months. He's 4 months away from strawberry, raspberry, whatever you want to call it. Thanks, Johnny. You're getting there. Technical Al says, also I'm going to send you the papers on my Aiden. But she used to be like a really, really like big Aiden supporter, right?
Yes, you heard it right there.
And then she I don't know, she flipped. So at
it's a disease.
This stream's like 5 hours long, but
I love the cash up there. This was a fundraiser for Kylie Kirkpatrick, I believe.
And, we all have things that we want to protect. And I've become much more outspoken recently because I'm like, why am I just going to sit and...
Why am I censoring myself? Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's so...
the time where you're just like...
So she's talking about censoring herself. I have to make this smaller because I can't. Tell me if I do this if you can still hear it, because I just really want you to hear the audio.
I'm not going to censor myself anymore. For what? It's not doing me any good. You try to remain quiet for the good of everyone else at first, and you're like, I don't want anybody else to get pulled into this unnecessarily. You know what I mean? Like, or anything like that. You don't want to hurt anyone. But in the long run, it's like if you don't get to tell your truth,
Right.
people don't fucking understand what
Tell
actually
your
happened.
truth.
There are a ton of people out there who just assume that they think that they know. Like what happened, and they have no idea what has happened.
with what?
You said something first, and I'm like, do you realize this person was harassed in private for 6 months before they ever said something? So it might look like they said something first, but they were poked and prodded and poked and prodded and poked and prodded until they
She's talking about 5150.
finally spoke up for themselves. And even though you didn't know, they were being pushed. Little digs being taken. And
She's talking about 51.
you would know more about them, and because you didn't know, didn't mean it didn't happen, right? Like they think they know because they see what Turtle told them. They have no fucking idea.
Okay. And yeah, there's a lot of F-bombs here. She's a lawyer from New Jersey. He has been poking and prodding and poking and prodding and poking and prodding at me for a very long time behind the scenes. Here's where she says that Elise is her mouthpiece. Let's just keep listening to this.
I know, and it's so true. And half the people, when I push back and I'll like ask them, like, why do you think that way? And they can't answer it, because I was kind of in the mix of that too, where, you know, you start to feel certain ways and you don't really know why you feel them. And then you realize that it's been like a slow burn and just a slow amount of influence that has been.
So wait, so now Nan is on the side of hating Karen Reed with this person? What are we talking about?
Exerted on you, and you know, it's very freeing to be able to speak my mind. And also, you know, I look at the people who are still in the throes of undue influence, and I'm like,
undue influence. You're all in the throes of undue influence. She had, when she did this, I think there was 108 people watching.
Just wait, because you're either
it happens to you. You think it's not going to, no matter what. It's not in a if, it's a when.
Yes, it is a when, and that was kind of what we spoke about the first time when you and I spoke. I was like, gosh, I didn't even realize half the shit that I was experiencing until I was out of it. But I will tell you, there's been, and I get a lot of people push back on me on this, but it is true. I get a lot of people who send me messages.
A lot of people send her messages. She's really, 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 really popular. Listen.
And they'll say, what was the straw that broke the camel's back for you? Or what can you to kind of pull away? And it wasn't really just one thing, but I did hit a point in the fall where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And it
can't do what anymore?
Things happening in the fall for me to kind of hit I apologize, my email is pinging.
I'm so popular, my email's pinging.
It took a bunch of things happening in the fall for me to kind of realize this is not what I want to be part of.
What happened in the fall? You weren't invited to the Wilder? Is that what happened in the fall? What happened in the fall?
Care about, right? Like it starts happening to people you care about, and you're watching it happen, and you're like, what the actual fuck is going on here? Like, because I'm not speaking up, all these other people are getting dragged into it. Like,
yes.
And you're like, I can't just sit here quiet anymore and pretend to be neutral or pretend.
Death of the adverb. It's quietly. Death of the adverb. Oh, that was when Recording Gate happened in the fall. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, there you go.
And like, this isn't happening like behind closed doors. Like, I'm not sorry, not who I am, not happening. Like,
and there's a lot of people who have told me they're just, they know, you know, they quote unquote know, but
they know, but they don't want to deal with it, or they're too afraid he's going to come for their family, or the meetings are going to come for their family, their friends, their livelihood, their job, their so on and so forth.
So now she's totally anti-Turtle Boy, 100% anti-Turtle Boy.
100%.
I mean,
that's all it took.
That's what they're talking about.
Yep.
You know what that's like? They're still coming for mine, right? Still.
Yep.
And so
And
it's
that's
like,
terrible. No one
they
should
will
come for your
do
family.
anything and
No one should
everything
come for
to
your
shut you up and make you go away. Unfortunately for them, I'm not fucking going anywhere. So
It's the same thing she said with the interview with like you guys wouldn't even know who she was if I wasn't bringing this up right now. Like you would have no idea who Twisted Tragedies is unless I brought her. I'm not going anywhere. Nobody would know if you did. Like nobody watches. In case you haven't seen, nobody watches your show.
Is that the part you wanted to see?
I hadn't. No, I don't know. I hadn't seen any of this. I knew that Melanie had a reaction to it, and I feel like this is really awesome because she and Nan have had an issue for so long, and to see her react to this interview, which everyone has roasted, is really, to me, it's hilarious, you know, and I'm glad that she did do it. Yeah. Melanie is so perplexed. She is so perplexed. One other thing happens at the end when, what's her name? Nan says something like, oh, I forgot. I have all these extra computers and monitors and blah, 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 that I want to send you. They're not you. It's not that they're old. We just don't need them. And I thought, yeah, because when's the last time you did any law work? But anyhow, and then Melanie says, oh, she's going to send her all the used stuff that she was going to give away or throw out. And she's going to just take it. like behind her is a gigantic pink popcorn machine. So I gotta say, Moons, I hope our grifting skills develop during this, because somebody sent that girl, that lady, that whatever her name is, Twisted Tragedies, this gigantic popcorn machine among many other items. Which reminds me, I saw Patrick Ford retweeting Sparkly Rabbit's list today, which I just thought was interesting because it was Patrick Ford. Well, that's just my take on things. He needs a manager. You're right. He needs a manager, like an event planner, all that stuff, publicist, you name it, handler. He needs to just do what he does and hire out the rest. Correct. And to the person about, wanted to learn what it was talking about that Pig Latin, we have a link in our chat and we will put it in the description so you can learn everything you want to about Pig Latin. But maybe we're going to have a class on it or a contest. I don't know. Because that Shrilla is going to stay in the news, I think, for a while.
Well, you're the PhD here. You can lead that class.
I will have Amy as a special guest, and she will lead the class. Amy, get ready. Get ready. Oh, wow. So this is a perceptive viewer. He was biting his tongue just about clean off to keep from saying anything, and I could feel his disappointment in a large way. Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, now he's talking about he doesn't see his emails. Well, I understand that. And there was also a thing about Runkle and the fundraising. I'm sure Runkle would help him, because Runkle is like either the second or third top fundraiser on YouTube. And that's crazy.
Yep.
He is so good at it. And to think of him in such a humiliating position on that fraudulent Karen Reed fundraiser led by the haircut company just pisses me off. And the way they treated him.
Mhm.
Ugh. Yeah. I mean, his new lawyer. I didn't hear the part about him needing more money, but you guys did. Yeah. His new lawyer is very expensive, and I'm going to continue to advocate for the brother counsel's brother, who I love that guy. And he was so interested in this case. I wonder, of course, I don't know if he's licensed in the state, but I feel like he would have done it. I don't know. I just feel like he would have really helped him. And maybe he still will.
Well, you have anything else for us, Ocean?
No. It was our spontaneous avoiding anything controversial that applies to us show. Hope you enjoyed.
Is that what we did? We avoided
Pretty much. Yeah, I think we did. We're very skillful. Yes, we are. Yeah. So if you didn't see last night's show, we highly recommend it. Of course, we recommend all of our shows, but it helps to put context around, we think, the text messages that were put on X and the ensuing issues. So
I have no idea.
We don't kiss and tell. And we don't know. I just said that.
Yeah, we don't know.
We have no idea. I say this often. Both those women's voices make my ears bleed. Agreed. I was going to play a little bit of Jimmy's extraordinary performance, but I will just invite you guys to all go over and find it if you didn't see it. He plays both characters. He plays Nan on one side of the screen, and he plays Twisted Tragedies on the other. Knows the script by heart. Acts just like them. It's an Academy Award winning performance, in my opinion. And he is a comedic genius. So it's always fun to see him in action. Right, Moon? Am I right?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm feeling
You gotta go.
my pillow calling me.
Okay, let's go. Let's
I
go.
apologize.
It's okay. I already know what we're doing tomorrow. I've already thought of it in my head.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Well, I would like to go into a little bit more about this whole not grifting, the doxing behavior of that's occurring, and the type of personality that it attracts, and who research shows are the people in the community that are doing this. And it's really interesting. And so that, and I saw something posted the other day about, we've seen this mass of reporting of channels, and I found something interesting that shows a planned attack and how they did it. So if you want to find out
You were
more,
telling me about this, but you haven't
Cop'em Backup,
given me details.
Top'em Mopper Rapper. Come back tomorrow. I have told you, but I haven't
Bunny
shown
After
you.
Dark should be
Oh my God, I
tomorrow.
forgot that was
So
tomorrow. So we'd have
we'll-
to do this early.
we'll go for a little bit of a pregame. So yeah. Thank you, Amy. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, you guys. We really
Yes,
appreciate
thank you so much
it.
for being here. Thank you to the replay crew.
Thank you,
Thank
Ray,
to our mods.
and
Yes.
Funeral Lady. We
Thank you.
really appreciate your being here. And please don't forget to hit the like button. I hate that I have to that I'm saying that. I swear I never would, but here I am. Pimping us out. Hit the
Well,
like button.
You
hoes.
can if you're on Twitter, I failed to mention this earlier. You can go to our page on Twitter, follow us there. Today we shared that yesterday's episode was over 1,000 likes when we were done. Did I say that earlier, like at the beginning?
You said 1,000 views. I didn't know it was 1,000
I'm
likes.
sorry. Views. Yeah, views.
Which is great, amazing. And we just need, I don't remember how many subscribers we need to get to 500, but
26.
if we got to get up here and spill our guts, we need at least 500 of you
now,
here.
17.
17 away? Oh my God. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
This. Well, now it's 16.
Oh my goodness. Go right now. If you have a family account on YouTube, just go subscribe. Anybody on there, they're never going to know that they're subscribed to our channel. Just do it. They won't know. You never have to go back to it again, but you'll be, that could get you like 3-4 out of many people. Get a heating pad.
Heating pad. See if that works. Yep. Thank you so much.
Melanie is pure.
I used to
gold.
have
I love her.
I used to have a heating pad, but I have a teenager, so it disappeared. It's probably under her bed.
I guess she wasn't speaking in Pig Latin then when she was overheard saying, "I will crash this car." That's some psychotic shit right there. Not to mention 93,000 text messages and the data from the car, which showed that she had gone and planned the exact route, all of it. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. We will see you tomorrow. Think you so much. We love you.
Love you guys.
All the
Bye.
things.
All the
Bye.
things. Bye.
All the things. Bye.
I feel like I just. It's time to murder. said it was in my hair and I believed you. Stop it. It's in the Portuguese section, but it's, oh my God. Fuck all of you. Fuck each and every single fucking one of you. Fuck all of you. I can put it outside. It's dead.